Labubu Horror Story. It started as a harmless craze. In the city, toy collectors whispered about a new obsession, a strange doll called Labubu. Unlike the usual cute collectible, this one had glassy, oversized eyes, sharp little teeth peeking from a permanent grin, and fur so real it felt like touching a living creature. Stores sold out instantly, and soon everyone wanted one. But among all the buyers, one stood out. Her name was Emily, a young student living alone in a small apartment. She bought her Labubu doll from a late-night market stall that appeared out of nowhere in a narrow alley. The vendor, an old man with trembling hands, whispered as he wrapped it in black paper, "Don't let it face the window at night." Emily laughed nervously, thinking it was just marketing. The first night, Emily placed the doll on her bookshelf. Its grin seemed wider in the dim light. As she tried to sleep, she swore she heard faint scratching sounds, like tiny claws dragging along wood. She turned on the lights. Nothing. Just the doll, staring blankly. She shrugged it off. By the third night, things grew worse. She woke up at 3 a.m. to a soft giggle echoing in her room. It wasn't her voice. It wasn't the TV. Slowly, she turned her head toward the bookshelf. The Labubu doll was gone. Her heart dropped. She scanned the room in panic, and there it was, sitting by the window, its face pressed against the glass, staring out into the darkness. Emily's breath caught. She remembered the old man's words. "Don't let it face the window at night." Terrified, she grabbed the doll and shoved it back onto the shelf, wrapping it in a blanket. But from then on, she couldn't shake the feeling that she wasn't alone. Days passed. Friends noticed Emily looked pale, sleep-deprived, and nervous. She tried to explain, but no one believed her. "It's just a toy," they laughed, but Emily knew better. One stormy evening, her best friend Rachel stayed over. "Let's prove this thing is harmless," Rachel said, moving the doll back to the window. Emily screamed at her to stop, but Rachel just laughed. That night, the storm howled. Thunder shook the building, and Emily awoke to Rachel's screams. She ran into the living room and froze. Rachel stood at the window, eyes wide, as if in a trance. The doll was no longer on the sill. It was standing on the floor, its head tilted up toward her. Emily rushed to pull her friend away, but Rachel's skin was ice cold. Her reflection in the window didn't match her movements. In the reflection, Rachel was smiling, with the same sharp little teeth as the doll. Emily yanked Rachel back, breaking the trance. They locked the doll in a metal box and shoved it deep into the closet. But even then, the scratching continued. Louder, closer. The next morning, Rachel left, shaken and silent. Emily decided to return the cursed toy. She packed the box and went back to the alley, but the market was gone. Just an empty street. No vendor, no stall, nothing. That night was the worst. The box rattled violently, thudding against the closet door. Emily sat frozen in her bed, praying for dawn. When the sun finally rose, she opened the closet. The box was empty. The Labubu doll was gone. Days later, Rachel stopped answering Emily's calls. Her social media went silent. Then, one evening, Emily got a video message from Rachel's number. Shaking, she opened it. The screen flickered, showing Rachel's apartment. Dark, messy, and eerily quiet. Then, in the corner of the frame, the Labubu doll appeared, slowly turning its head toward the camera. And then, in Rachel's voice, but twisted, distorted, the words whispered, "Don't let it face the window at night." The screen went black. Emily dropped her phone, trembling. Her apartment suddenly felt colder, darker. She turned toward her own window, and there, in the glass reflection, stood not her, but the Labubu doll, grinning wider than ever. The city still buzzes with Labubu craze. People show off their dolls on social media, laugh about the cursed stories, and hunt for rare editions. But some collectors vanish without explanation. Apartments are found abandoned, windows shattered, toys missing. And if you ever find yourself walking down a dark alley, and someone offers you a Labubu doll wrapped in black paper, remember this story. Because Labubu isn't just a doll. It's waiting, watching, and once you bring it home, it never leaves.